Okay, students, let's start our module 2.2, and in that one we will be graphing our functions that have different equations and different kind of representation. So let's work on the first one where it says the area of a square, okay, with side x, okay. So if this is the square and its side is x, then its other side will also be x. So together its area will be x squared, right? Then it says where the side length is decreased by 3. So if we are decreasing our side by 3, so it will become x take away 3, and this side will also be x take away 3. Now how you find out the area of a square is you multiply this and this, so it will be x take away 3 times x take away 3, so then it will become x take away 3 and square of that. So then let's continue. Now it says the area is multiplied by 2. That means you have 2 of these area tiles. So you have 1 and then you have 1 more. So you will have x take away 3 and square of that. You have 1 more x take away 3 and square of that. So there are 2 of those. And then 4 square units are added. So if you are adding 4 square units, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so then it is asking us to write down the area function of it. So it will become ax, because a is for area and it's in terms of x. So then we will be writing down, so there are 2 of these, so 2 of x take away 3 square of that, okay, and then there are 4 of these, so plus 4, okay. So this is how you do it. So this is our first one, okay. Let's look at the second one, and in that the function that we have is in a graph form, okay. So there are some important things that we can find out. One is the vertex, which is this guy here, and this one is its position will be, so this is your x coordinate, so you go 1, 2, 3, so 3, and its y coordinate will be -1, okay. So think about it. If we had the y equals x squared function, then its vertex is always here at 0, 0, and then its y value for when x is 1, it's always 1. So you go 1 up for y value. To find out the value here, it is 4, so you go 3 up and the value is here, okay. And this is how it's functions. So you go 1 up and then 3 up. Let's find out what's happening here. So this one is here. Let me real quick graph it for you. So this is your y equals x squared function. Now you compare this one with your original y equals x squared function. So you say this is, it moved from here to here. So it moved 3 to the right, okay. So it moves 3 units to the right. And then it moves, so it should be here, but it's 1 down. That means it moves 1 down. So then it will become y equals, now because it moves to the right 3 times, so it will be x take away 3, because the take away tells it's moving to the right and it's moving 3 times. That's why we are doing take away 3. That moves down 1. The moving down part comes from the number that is outside, so you do plus 1. Oh, I'm so sorry. Not plus 1. When you do down, then down is take away, so take away 1, okay, and when it goes up then you do plus 1, but because we are going down, so take away 1. Now to find out this point you go 1 up in this one, but to find out here this one you are going 2 up, okay. Then to get to the next point you go 1, 2, 3 up, but here you are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units up. So when this is 1, this is 2, then this is 3, this is 6. So every time your distance or the units you are going up is doubling, so you do 2 times for the value A. Remember our vertex form, which was f of x was a times x, take away h, square of that, plus k, where h and k is the vertex coordinate. So look how this is 3 and look how this is take away 1, okay. So these are same as this one and that one, and this 2 tells you is it shrinking or expanding, okay. So this is how the numbers that you have in your equation tells you about the function movement on the graph, okay. Now let's do a third one. In this one, you have the table given. So first we will find out what is the vertex of this. So the numbers around it, they repeat. So let's find out. So if you look up here, look how this is -1 and -1, this is 2 and this is 2, this is 7 and this is 7. So the -1 and -2 is your vertex, okay. So then if you come up here and graph it, then this is how it will go. So -1 for x and then -2 for y. So this is your vertex. Now let's do this one. So -2 and -1, so this guy here, and then 0 and -1, so this is x equals 0, this is -1, and then you have 1 for 1 it is 2, so it's right here, and for -3 it's 2, so it's right here, okay. Then you keep going up. So if you keep graphing, then this one for 2 it is 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. And then in the opposite side also you will have this point. So this is how your graph looks like. It's a parabola. Now let's find out how the original would have looked like. So you would have had 0, 0, then you had 1 point here and 1 here, because for x equals 1, y is 1, for your y equals x squared, the original parabola. Then you go 3 up, so 1, 2, 3, and here, okay. So for 2 the value is 4, and in the other direction you will have value 4. This would have been your original parabola. Now from the vertex 0, 0, you are going 1 to the left. So you move 1 to the left. Now how you say that in your function, you will say x plus 1 and square of that. So inside the parentheses you say plus 1 because you are moving 1 unit, and then because you are going to the left, so plus, and then you were here but you are going 2 down, okay, to get to this vertex. When you go 2 down, then you will, because you are going 2 down, you will say take away 2, okay. Now you will find out, are you going same units up to find out the next point. So if you had the original one, you go 1 up. Here you are going 1 up to find the next point, and in the original one you go 3 up. In this one also, this was your point, you are also going 3 up. So there is no difference. So you are not multiplying by anything, but because you are going with the same units up, so you do times 1. So your function looks like x plus 1 square of that and take away 2. Okay. Now let's do the next one. And in this one again, we have the graph, and we will be finding out what's happening with the function. So if it was original, then we had this point, then when it's 1, y is 1, and on the other side also, then we go 3 up to get to the 4, and then here this would be our original parabola. But now let's find out how our function moves. So you can easily see it's upside down. So your function will be having a negative. Now let's find out it. Your x is 0, 0. Your x is 0, but the vertex here, you are moving 1, 2, 3. So 3 to go up here. So your x or your vertex is moving 3 times to the left. So you do so that means it will be x plus 3 and square of that, okay. Then you had the vertex here. To go upwards you went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you reached to this. Because you moved 4 up, then you will be making it x plus 3 square of that, and then you're moving up. For move up you say plus 4. So this is how it will look like. Now you need to figure out what is it that you will be putting here. So you will say f of x. Now you need to find out what number will go here, but the rest you already decided. Now because your vertex is going to the left 3 times, that's why it's plus 3. Now your vertex is going 4 up, so that means you put plus 4. Now let's find out what's happening here. So on your original parabola, when you go to the next value, you go 1 up, but here to find out this value here for this x equals -2, you are not going the whole all the way to 1, you are just going halfway to that. Now from here, if you go halfway, so then this is your point, which it is. So that means you are going half distance of how you would have gone in your original function. So you do -1/2. Okay. So let's rewrite it. It is f of x equals -1/2, and then x plus 3 square of that plus 4. Okay. So this is how you do it. We will be doing from 5 to 8 tomorrow. Okay. So now let's do the homework.